Miss Sarah, thank you very much for having spent your time with us today. We've been here in this nice place for the past 3 days for GRC Summit Egypt 2025. So far, what's your experience?
Okay, let's start by saying that I've been part of the GRC family since 2023.
Okay.
And so this is my third year to join.
Ah,
Yes. And I can see actually how the GRC is progressing over the past 3 years, especially this one. It's been a very beneficial environment, very useful. It's definitely informative. I've learned a lot, and most of all, I've had a lot of networking with many people that I hope that we will continue in the future and to collaborate, of course, together.
and of course, since you already been a family of this
Yes.
GRC Summit for the past 3 years, we all know that GRC Summit Egypt is not just for Egypt,
Yes.
but also internationally, right? So, how do you feel about the international guest this year, the speaker? Is that already something that, for you, a good progress, or you expect more? I mean, we can always do more, of course, but what do you think about the international factor of this year's GRC Summit?
Of course, you will always look for more.
Okay.
Okay, but for what we had so far, I believe it was really useful. Listening to you and listening to Ramses, it was amazing. Actually, both of your presentations were very energetic and very enthusiastic, and I've heard new things that it was new to me, and I think this is part of my learning process, and I think anyone else's learning process in the audience. So having an international speakers from outside Egypt, I think it brings something new to the table. Like we've been close to Egyptian speakers so far. So adding someone from the outside, listening to how you actually think, how you present, what kind of materials you're putting there. Yes, it's nice to see someone different presenting in front of you. Yes.
All right. So, am I right to say that overall your experience is very positive?
Very positive. Yes, definitely. I
Alright.
enjoyed it.
So, as a representative of university,
Yes.
I'm sure you also work with many third parties,
Yes.
whether it's big or small. So my focus today is more on the smaller vendors, right? What are your requirements for yourself or university before you can work with smaller organization? How they can gain your trust?
Okay. First of all, thank you so much for having me. Okay. I think it's not about being a big organization or small organization. It's mainly about what kind of services I'm looking for. So, for example, if I'm looking for, like, I want to purchase a certain software, it for this to work for us, since we are a governmental university, so we are mainly competing on price. So we need something to be cost effective, and especially with the deterioration for the dollars and foreign currency and so forth, it's affecting the that kind of decisions actually. And what comes next is what kind of features we are looking for. Is it 100% covered by such vendors or not? So it's not mainly about being a big or a smaller one. We are fine with dealing with smaller ones as long as they are capable of giving us the full support that we're looking for, especially with purchasing like something like an information system.
Okay. And then in your experience, how important of certifications? I'm talking about the international version of certifications like ISO 27001, PCI DSS, SOC 2, while maybe this company is just startups, only 10 people, for example. How important it is for them to get this certification before even coming to you to offer their service?
Of course. I think for us, it's we are a research-oriented university. So at this point, we are actually having our own incubator, and we really do have like we are targeting how to change the mindset of our students to have more of an entrepreneurship mindset. So we are pushing for startups. So if we are pushing for our students to have their own startups, then it's fair enough to say that we will be supporting startups as well without asking for such a kind of certification. But at the same time, of course, we want to have someone who is trustworthy and someone with certain history a little bit, so we can actually trust. So it's not just about certification, because we understand that at a certain point when you're just starting, you need to spend your money on something more than just a certificate. So I don't think this is one of our priorities. I think I believe that having a good history with other clients would be much priority for us than having a certificate.
And what about the compliance to regulations in Egypt?
Yes.
Like, do you always check that
Definitely.
with the startups as well?
I don't think, no, they don't check about certification,
Okay.
but they do check that, for example, if I want to purchase a certain product, of course, when I'm approaching a vendor, I will be asking multiple vendors, not just one, to just submit like an RFP. And based on what kind of requirements and what kind of prices and what kind of services they are offering, they start to compete among each other, and then you choose the best one for you. So and certification is not one of them.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Clear. So once again, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much.
Hope to see you again.
Me too.
Thank you.